This lesson, we're going to talk about system of linear inequality in two variables. When we're looking at system of linear inequality, we will have less than equals to, greater than equals to, or greater than or less than. That's what difference between equations and inequalities. And let's look at example 1 and A. We have 3x minus 2y is less than equals to 6. So the first thing I wanted to do is I wanted to write it in a equation format so that I'd be able to find the line. So I wanted to find the line first. So let's solve for the format that I wanted to set it as is y equals to mx plus b. So that means I'm going to solve for variable y. So first I'm going to subtract both sides by negative 3. Negative 3x. Then you get negative 2y is less than equals to negative 3x plus 6. Now let's do dividing both sides by negative 2. You will get y is now greater than equals to. Why is that greater than equals to? Because you just divide by negative, right? That's the difference between equation and inequalities. When you're dividing with negative number or multiplying with negative number, you're going to flip your inequality signs. And everything else is same as solving equations. That will give me negative 3 over negative 2, so it will be positive 3 over 2x. And then you have plus 6 over negative 2, that will give you negative 3. So if I wanted to graph this, I will have a line that will pass negative 3 as the y-intercept and 3 over 2 as the slope. That means your line will pass negative 3 on y-intercept, so it will be 1, 2, 3. This point right here, negative 3. And in order to find the second point, you're going to go up 3 and move right 2. Go up 3 and move right 2 will be this point right here. So from the y-intercept, go up 3 and move right 2. Because numerator is positive 3 means go up. Denominator positive 2 means move right. Now connect these two dots with the line is going to be the line. And we know that this is greater than equals to. Greater than equals to will give you the solid lines. So this is going to be solid line. If you just have less than or greater than, it will be dotted line. So when you have an equal sign, it will be solid straight line. And since this one have a equal sign, it will be solid straight line. So that's the graph line for these equations, but we're looking at the inequality. And inequality right here, it's saying y value have to be greater than equals to. So when you're looking at y, this is your y line. This is your y line. Where this area right here is greater than this area. And then area that's including this upper y values is going to be your solutions. So it will be this. If you had y is less than equals to, then it should be this area, right? Area that's including this y, but that's not what we had it here. the area that was greater, the y was greater, is this area right here, right? I'm going to show one more. We have negative 2x is greater than 6. So when I wanted to, well, here, remember this problems, we solve for y. But here, we don't have y variable. So since we don't have y variable, let's just solve for x. When we solve for x, we will have to divide both sides by 2, negative 2. Then you will get 1x is less than negative 3. Again, it becomes less than. You flip the inequality because you divide value with negative number. Right? This inequality was greater. Now it becomes less because you divide with negative number. And when you're graphing this in rectangular coordinate system, you're going to find the line that is equals to negative 3. Negative 3 is right here. And since it's less than, not less than equals to, it will be dotted line. And then you need to find the area that x is less. So this time your x is here, x-axis right here. So when you're comparing on the right side of the dotted line and left side of the dotted line, your left side is less than right side. So that because the x is less, the area that you're going to color is going to be on the left side. Let's try one more. We have 2x minus 5, y is less than equals to 10. The first thing I should realize when I graph this line, this is going to be solid straight line. Why? Because you have equal sign right here, so I know that's going to be solid, right? Now you do have x variable and y variable, so let's solve for y. And in order to solve for y, the first thing you wanted to do is subtract 2x from both sides. I will get negative 5y is less than equals to negative 2x plus 10. And when we divide both sides by negative 5 to isolate y, don't forget you're going to flip your inequality again because you divide with negative value. And then your negative 2 over negative 5 will become positive 2 over 5x. Positive 10 over negative 5 is going to be negative 2. So this way, when we're graphing, we will have y-intercept of negative 2, 1, 2. So this is going to be y-intercept, negative 2. And then slope is 2 over 5, 2 over 5. So it will go up 2 and move right 5. So when you go up 2, 1, 2, and move right 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, that will be the points you're going to have. And connect the dots with solid straight line. Remember why solid? Because it's equals to, right? So solid straight line passing those 2 points will be the line for that inequality. And if we wanted to find the area, it said y is greater than equals to. So the area, the y-axis that will be greater will be this. So your y is right here and here. Your line is cutting your y into 2. And this is smaller than this y. And since you wanted to find the larger, this is going to be the larger y. So the area that is including this larger y is going to be upper area of that solid straight line. This last example from example 1, we have a variable y only. So this means that it's going to have a horizontal line. So let me see, I don't have to solve for y because it's already y isolated. So let's find y equals to 2. That will be right here. And because it's greater than, not greater than equals to, there is no equal sign. So it will be dotted straight line. And y have to be greater. So this y is greater than this y. So the area that you're going to cover for this inequality will be upper area. So how are we going to graph example 2? We have a system this time. So example 1, we learn how to graph inequality by itself, just one inequality, right? But if you have a system of inequalities, then you're going to draw 2 lines. This is going to give you 2 lines and 2 area. And system of inequality will be whichever that's overlapping. That will be the solution of this system of linear inequalities. So let's just pick 2. I'm not going to go over all 4, but let's do the first one. A, 3x plus y is less than equals to 12. X is less than equals to 2y. So I'm going to draw both graphs. So let's say I'm going to draw this equations with black. And then this equation with blue. So 3x plus y is less than equals to 12. When you solve for y, you will have y is less than equals to negative 3x plus 12. So your slope is 12. Your y-intercept is 12, your slope is negative 3. So when you're graphing this, you will have positive 12. Let's say this is 12. So that's the 1 point. Negative 3 means you have negative 3 over 1. So numerator negative value means go down 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. So this is going to be 9. Oh, you don't want it to draw the dots there. So just go down 3 and move right 1. So we'll be right there, right? So that will be 1 and 9. And you're going to draw a solid straight line because it said less than equals to, right? So this is going to be solid straight line, passing that 2 points. And the area that you wanted to find, that's going to be less than. So this y is less than this y, right? So it will be this area. This area. But this area is not going to be the solutions. We need to find the other one, and remember it will be overlapping area will be the solutions, right? So I'm just going to notice like this. And then the second inequality I have is x is less than equals to 2y. And remember, if you have x and y variable, you're trying to solve for y. So you're going to divide both sides by 2. So y is greater than equals to 1 over 2x, right? You didn't change inequality because you did not divide by a negative number. It was positive 2, right? So your inequality stayed same. So this way, you can even write this the other way around. But this way, You're going to read it from y. So it will be y is greater than equals to 1/2 x, right? Or if you wanted to, you can write it this way, just flipping it so you can read from left to right. You're going to have y-intercept 0, right? So since you don't have any number added, that's going to be y-intercept 0. Your slope is 1/2. So y-intercept 0 is going to be this point. And slope 1/2 means go up 1, move right 2. Right? 1, 2. So it will be 2 and 1. And the solid straight line, because you do have greater than equals to, solid straight line that past that 2 points, right? And then y value had to be greater than equals to. So this line cut your y-axis right here. This is larger y value and this is smaller y value. So the area is going to be above that blue line, above that blue line. And those two areas that it's overlapping is going to be this. This is only area it's overlapping. So solution of the system of inequality is going to be that area, not the other two. So your solution should be look like this. So red is going to be your solutions, right? Overlapping area of those two inequalities is going to be this only. So that's what you're going to do. Find each of inequality and find the overlapping of the solutions. Given solution is going to be finding a solution for a system of linear inequalities. I am going to try one more. This time I'm going to try the last one, D, right? So if we try D, we wanted to start it with black. Final solution will be the red, right? So I will draw each of inequality separately. You have 4 inequality here. The first one, you have x and y all together. So solve for y. You get 4y is less than equals to negative x plus 8. When you divide both sides by 4, you get y is less than equals to negative 1/4 plus 2. So let me draw that here. So that will give you y-intercept 2. And then slope is negative 1/4. So go down 1 and move right 4 will be that point. And it will give you solid straight line. So this is 2 and this is 4. Solid straight line passing that 2 points. And then the second one, you have x minus y is greater than equals to 3. When you solve for y, you have negative x plus 3. When you're dividing or multiplying by negative 1, you will flip the signs. This becomes positive x, negative 3. So that one will have y-intercept of negative 3. And slope is 1. 1 is equals to 1/1. So go up 1, move right 1. We'll give you that. And that's solid straight line again. So when you draw, that's the line you have, right? And then let's do, let me use the green. For x is greater than equals to 0. X is greater than, this is x-axis. This is x-axis. That's x equals to 0, right? X equals to 0 is going to be right here. So So x equals to 0 graph is going to have x equals to 0. No matter what y value is going to be, x equals to 0 will give you this line, right? So then x is greater than equals to will give you this area, right? I don't want it to color it yet, but I can mark it like this, that area. And if I wanted to find y being greater than equals to 0, your y-axis is here, but when y is equals to 0 is this point, and y being 0, no matter what x is going to be, that's going to give you this line right here. So it will be this line right here. And that y value bigger is going to be this area, right? But we don't want it to color that yet because that's not going to be solution. So I'm going to mark it above that pink line. And if we come back to the black ones, the first equations, y have to be smaller. So from this line, y smaller will be this area, right? But let's just mark it on this, right? And the blue lines, y have to be smaller. Y have to be smaller is this area because this y is smaller than this y, right? But if we don't want it to color it yet, we will say it will be on the bottom of the blue lines. So when you wanted to find the overlapping of all that is going to be only this little area right here. If you don't see that, let me just color it first. So the black was here, right? Yeah. And then blue is here. And then the green is here. And then pink is here, right? So everything that is overlapping is going to be this little area. Let me undo all this highlight so you will only see the solutions. Will be this. And that's how you're going to find the system of linear inequalities. If you have any other examples that you want me to show you how to do it, please email me and I'll be able to send you the video of that questions.